disaster. What an embarrassing disaster for both ESPN and the WNBA.
But Hailey Van Lith, oh, you gave a bad answer. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlin Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlin Clark put 40 on her team's head.
Tonight was the WNBA Draft. The young lady out of TCU has been reunited with Angel Reese.
Hailey Van Lith did more than just smile and shake hands on the most significant night of her life. She aimed directly at the most well-known brand in women's basketball. What ought to have been a celebration during the WNBA 2025 draft became an ambush when Hailey publicly insulted Caitlin Clark.
Give flowers to the legend. We're going to start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut Caitlin.
In an instant, the rivalry rekindled. However, Hailey was unprepared for the tempest that ensued. Social media tore her apart, admirers erupted, and critics attacked her. Because if you decide to take, you'd best not miss a swing at the queen. Caitlin Clark is currently loading the video.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes.
And May 16th is highlighted in red. This is now more than simply a game. It's a personal one. The WNBA Draft for 2025 was expected to be a festive evening, but Hailey Van Lith made sure it wasn't at all silent. With the cameras in motion, with spotlights blazing and admirers from throughout the nation, Hailey took the initiative to do more than simply accept her draft time, but it was obvious that she wasn't prepared to let go in order to rekindle a rivalry.
The WNBA is a pretend basketball league with one superstar and 143 other players who go unrecognized at family reunion.
And who was the intended victim? Caitlin Clark, the league spokesperson, the Rookie of the Year, and the unquestionable queen of women's basketball.
So Caitlin Clark is averaging against her over the since 2023, averaged 40 points per game.
Subtle energy, half smiles, side glances, and that obvious body language that said, "I have a claim to make." Then, however, came the moment that drove social media and the entire arena into a frenzy. Rather than emphasizing her team, her objectives, or her enthusiasm during her post-selection interview, Hailey turned around. She made disparaging remarks. She made it quite evident who she was without even mentioning Caitlin by name. Was on its way.
Angel has maintained contact with me. I really appreciate her. We have a very mature relationship.
Words like, "I worked for this," "I didn't ride the media wave," and "some people got handed everything," reverberated through the microphone like a confident sniper's shot. T was snappy, audacious, and terribly miscalculated. Because Hailey overlooked a crucial detail while working on her underdog plot. Caitlin Clark has already experienced this playbook.
I'm sorry. You've done something that'll piss off the damn psycho. The Caitlin Clark has made made more all WNBA first teams than Sabrina. There's no stratosphere where Sabrina Ionescu is better than Caitlin Clark.
Since she began shattering records, she has been disregarded, disparaged, and criticized. From Diana Taurasi to Monica McNutt, Clark has encountered all forms of distrust and contempt. However, each time someone attempted to denigrate her, she did not return the applause. She just destroyed entire arenas with her 30 points and 10 assists.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball, and without her, many fans just aren't going to tune in.
America sent them a clear reminder: we are not interested in watching pretend basketball.
Hailey believed she was punching up when she fired her shot on draft night. However, the moment arrived in a different way. Fans immediately criticized the action on Twitter and TikTok, calling it needless, resentful, and desperate. The irony was noted by many. Hailey, who had yet to participate in a professional game, was criticizing the individual in charge of the league's renewed significance. This year's draft was the most watched in WNBA history due to the arrival of this individual. Even ESPN analysts were taken aback.
Hailey Van Lith, smiling through the pain of returning to toxic hell. Oh, her face is like the F. Yeah, it's over. HVL is feeling sick. She cut the cancer out and it came right back. Gotta watch Hailey Van Lith stand at the three-point line wide open while that girl is chasing the new rebounds record.
According to one panelist, that wasn't confidence. That was covert envy. You can't create your moment by destroying someone else, particularly if that person is the reason you are on stage in the first place. However, Caitlyn herself was the one who actually responded. Furthermore, it wasn't a tweet or a statement. It was quiet. As Hailey said, an icy smile was captured on video. That outfit was the same one Clark wore to NCAA competitions when teams attempted to frighten her, the same expression she had when players attempted to disparage her before a 35-foot three-pointer destroyed them.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much.
It was the expression of someone who had listened to every word, made mental notes, and was already formulating her answer. Hailey Van Lith will never forget the performance, not the words. The remarks made by Hailey Van Lith might have attracted notice, but they have also drawn criticism from players, fans, the media, and even previous professionals. What she believed to be a daring, the power move quickly backfired. The internet quickly analyzed her remarks and contrasted her professional background to that of Caitlin Clark. Furthermore, the figures were more powerful than Hailey's words.
Right, and that's what a lot of these women are doing, is they feel like what we have done for this game, this young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry. When I look at Caitlin Clark, fans are tuning in to watch her, and you know who that's helping? Everybody else. It's helping the Asia Wilsons. It's helping everybody else, the Plums, all.
Let's start by discussing performance. Despite having a successful college career, Hailey transferred from Louisville to LSU. And then TCU, she was never able to match Caitlin's supremacy at Iowa. In addition to leading her team, Caitlin, she became the all-time top scorer in collegiate basketball history, completely changing the NCAA record books. She led the country in points, guided her team to consecutive national championship appearances, and assists, and consistently produced stats that were reminiscent of video games.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
She was remarkable, on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the W.
Hailey's game, on the other hand, didn't have the same national impact despite being gritty and respectable. Caitlin was generational, but she was good. The receipts followed. Social media flourished with side-by-side statistics, videos, and receipts of Clark's sellout audiences, logo threes, and buzzer beaters.
Her stats. Let me roll down here to the teams. Louisiana State, 11.6 points a game. She leaves and goes straight to TCU, averages almost 18. The year before at Louisville, almost 20 a game. What does that tell you about her hell that she's got coming? She got away once. She can't escape.
Videos of Hailey's draft night remarks were shared by fans, who said things like, "Jealousy is loud and this didn't age well." Trending hashtags included "Your Respect, Caitlin," "Stay Humble, Hailey," and "The Clark Effect." There were other viewers than WNBA supporters on social media. Current players started discreetly unfollowing Hailey.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have done. Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlin Clark, I would say that's their own problem. I think Caitlin Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player, flagrant fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player. Caitlin Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
Commenters called her remarks classless, insecure, and a rookie error. But the humiliation didn't end there. Later, reporters disclosed that Hailey had been rejected by multiple clubs before becoming drafted, worried that her demeanor and presence in the locker room may cause distractions. Off record, one scout even stated, "She's gifted, but she's not Caitlin, and no team wants a player who contributes more drama than points." Oh no.
Like, Caitlin Clark doesn't happen entirely organically. There's a push. What Angel Reese did, she created what people truly need, which is a rivalry.
Angel Reese has done that and did that for Caitlin Clark.
The one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her.
Why her?
Well, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
Caitlin, on the other hand, remained unfazed, just like champions do. She didn't clap back or post, completely ignored Hailey's jab. Rather, a few days later, she was seen at a youth basketball camp. For almost 4 hours in a row, I coached girls, signed jerseys, and took pictures. The message was very obvious. Give Hailey a chance to speak. Caitlin is too preoccupied with creating something genuine.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now.
I remember when the WNBA started. I was thrilled. I was a fan. I couldn't believe it was an opportunity for me, a 5'2", 97-pound girl, to go play professional basketball. That wasn't going to happen for me. But the idea that it existed was special to me. And now she's offering that to not just little girls, but little boys as well. She's spread the fan base.
It appears that Hailey Van Lith was unaware that the WNBA is not a college. Clout chasing has no place here. Drama in a league that is at last experiencing genuine growth because of one player's diligence, commitment, and modesty. Additionally, when you enter that area and attempt to undermine the person in charge of that momentum, you're taking a risk, not simply a chance, a large one. Since talk is cheap in the WNBA, Hailey is currently under pressure to support everything.
So mostly I'm just excited to get to be around her again. I think we have a lot of similarities about how we carry ourselves and our mindset on, what's important to us. And, she's a dog, man. She turns up the intensity of everybody around her. So I'm excited to be in that environment with her again, where she can pull more out of me than I think I have.
Every missed opportunity, every error, and every bad night will be amplified. She attempted to be a villain, not because she is one, before gaining the privilege of being referred to as a rival. Although Caitlin didn't request this drama, you can be sure that she's already preparing the answer. Furthermore, she won't say it will originate from the scoreboard as the draft's dust cleared. It became brutally evident in the night drama.
It's a good thing that maybe she's taking this all-star break off. She's not doing this profession for any of the glitz and glam, any of the extra things. She is here in the WNBA with the Indiana Fever to win championships, to improve her game. And the fact that she was able to decline this, it shows a lot about where her focus lies. Now, Caitlin Clark also just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. And for her birthday, she was in the gym and she went 50 for 54 from 3 on her birthday.
Not only did Hailey Van Lith choose a fight, but she chose the incorrect one, already the league's face, Caitlin Clark. Didn't need to speak. She was represented by the WNBA, its players, and its supporters. Because when you